Hey guys, it's Super Few Games or Adam, and Zetsubou no Shima has been out for a couple of weeks now. Xbox and PC is just about to get Zetsubou no Shima, and I thought I would talk about it for one last time. And the one thing that I really want to talk about in this video is the vibe surrounding Zetsubou no Shima. Now, as you can tell by the title, I'm going to be comparing Tranzit to Zetsubou no Shima, but not in the way you may think. I'm going to be comparing kind of the vibe around Tranzit compared to the vibe around Zetsubou no Shima. And when I started thinking about this, I was actually a little surprised because, for those that don't know, I actually made videos on Tranzit when the game first dropped. When Black Ops 2 first dropped, I was making vids on Tranzit, and that's kind of when I created my YouTube channel, so it was just the perfect timing. I did vids on Tranzit. That's kind of when I became a zombies YouTuber, is when Black Ops 2 dropped, like a full-time zombies YouTuber. And I gotta say, when Tranzit first came out, people knew the map was bad, and I should also mention that the zombies community back then was much smaller. Like, the only person I really remember back then is, you know, Patrick, you know, the Smith Plays. That's the only other zombies YouTuber that I know right now that I remember actually doing videos back then. So really small community back then. Of course, Syndicate was the biggest of all the zombie YouTubers, and there wasn't such negativity around the map. I don't think the negativity for Tranzit came in until the DLC started dropping, but when Tranzit was out, you know, it was, the vibe around it wasn't that bad. Like, it was an okay map, and with Zetsubou no Shima, it's nuts. Like, I honestly think, guys, that Zetsubou no Shima is the most hated map of, like, all time. I don't know if it's just right now it's so bad, but when I compare it to Tranzit and even other bad maps, the vibe wasn't that bad around the map when it first came out like it is with Zetsubou. Zetsubou, it is absolutely horrid. Now, the reason why I think there's such a bad vibe around Zetsubou no Shima is we started off with Shadows of Evil, a map that people just did not like. And then we went to Tranzit, and Tranzit is amazing. Like, it was an amazing map. Everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people like this map. You know, it's pretty much Origins. It's Origins 2.0. And, you know, people love Tranzit. We came off such a strong map to this, and this is very similar to Shadows. If you know, actually, the setup I think is actually now worse than Shadows. Before I said it's not as bad, but actually when you have to do the Easter egg and all that stuff, it is worse than Shadows of Evil. The map itself necessarily isn't bad, it's just that setup. And people came from this really easy setup on Tranzit to this massive, hard, tedious setup, and people are just like, no. Like, it was crazy. Like, a couple days after Zetsubou came out, people are just like, I'm done with this map. It's too much. And you know, that one thing I think ruined this map. The setup, I just don't know what they were thinking. Why would they make the setup so incredibly long? I don't know who would want to do that. They really need to look at Tranzit and go off that, because that map, in my mind, is like near perfection. Like, it is just perfect. The setup time is just absolutely perfect depending on what bow you want to do. You have a whole bunch of different options. You know, Tranzit was a perfectly executed zombie map, and coming off that map, I think that hurt Zetsubou no Shima. Maybe after all the other DLCs come out, DLC 3 and DLC 4 drop, maybe Zetsubou won't look as bad, but right now, you know, we had Tranzit, now we have this. It's like a literally night and day. So a question I think that I have to answer now is Zetsubou no Shima worse than Tranzit? And no, the map itself is definitely not worse than Tranzit. You know, Tranzit had a pretty long setup as well, when you compare it to Zetsubou no Shima. I think Zetsubou may be a little bit longer, but the thing with the Tranzit setup was you were doing a whole bunch of nothing, like just turning the power on and getting your perks. The time it took to get from one area to another was a long time, and it was a whole bunch of running and nothing, or just sitting on the bus. So Tranzit, you know, that's just the ultimate bad map in zombies. And I think I'm just gonna say this one more time, it kind of review Zetsubou for the last time. Maybe I can talk about it after all the DLCs have come out, but right now my final verdict on Zetsubou no Shima. The map's been out for a while, like I said, and I think Zetsubou no Shima is a good map, but the setup absolutely destroys it. I honestly played this map for the first week. I've only played it once or twice since. I don't feel like getting set up. It's bad, it's horrible, and they need, obviously they can't fix anything with it now, but in the future they have to cut down on that setup. I don't want to dedicate half my day just to get set up so I can actually start playing and going for higher rounds. So anyways, guys, that is all for now. In the comments below, let me know what you think. Do you guys think the vibe around Tranzit was worse or better than the vibe around Zetsubou no Shima right now? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.